A few years ago, the Beretta APX-A1 came out, and with the rebates that Beretta runs pretty frequently, these are a little under $300. That is not bad for an optics cut handgun. And generally speaking, in my opinion, it's one of the most ergonomic pistols on the market. However, there is one major complaint that a lot of people have. The trigger is not very good. So with mine, I got a Galloway Precision lighter striker spring, and I wanted to test it to see if it was still reliable, because one of the things that this particular pistol is known for is its reliability. With that upgrade, it takes the trigger pull from just under 7 pounds to just under 6 pounds, and in my opinion, along with lightening it up, it also made it a little bit smoother. So I'm taking it out today and shooting it, and I'm going to run through a series of drills. I shot one over. The white target, it's really bright outside today, I couldn't find the dot. That's my fault. Okay, so we did 3 drills there with the modified bill drill. We have all 5 hits in the A zone. That's not bad. With the transition drill, over here we have a A zone and then a C zone. That is not a line perf, sadly. And then on this one, we also have an A zone and then 2 C zones for that transition drill. Now for the hostage target, ideally you would have a 3rd headshot somewhere over here. Also with that one, I was supposed to be aiming at the first target, and instead I drew from concealment. So I don't think that one would have been an overtime, but like I said, no redos, so we'll just go from here. So we have 2 C-zone hits, 2 A-zone hits, that's not bad. And then the overtime headshot right there. That is just barely in the head box. All right, now let's go back and we're gonna do a few more drills. I rushed that second variable really hard. So with the first variable, this is the target at 3 yards. We had 1, 2, 3, all in the A zone, and then 1, 2 in the C zone. And then with the second variable, this target was at 10 yards. It was 1, 2 in the A zone, and then 1 delta. And then over here at the 25-yard target, it was 1 C zone and then 1 complete miss. I'm not super happy with that. I really should have slowed down and gotten good hits. But finally, let's do the longer range targets. That last shot was overtime. I'm obviously not going to know which one on the target it is. Our results with the precision under pressure drills weren't great. This is the 25-yard target, so our goal was 8 out of 10 rounds in the A zone. The other 2 are allowed to be misses if they're still on the paper. So we only had 2 in the A zone. That means I was not doing very good with this drill. I'm gonna try this again a little bit, do less rounds, and just try and practice. But on the paper we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So all 9 impacts are on the paper. Not bad. And then with the full range precision under pressure drill, anywhere in the A or C zone counts. You're allowed 2 misses, and those can be off the paper, at least according to the way I'm doing it. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the A and C zone, and then the other 2 are misses. Now I was trying to get 10 rounds off. I actually only got 7 rounds off. So I needed to shoot faster and more accurately in order to pass this drill. Well, looks like I got a little bit overconfident. My first groups were actually pretty decent. There were quite a few in this area right here. However, on that second run, I had a lot low and to the left. I think I was just going a little too fast. Let's go talk about the Galloway Precision Trigger. I had a phenomenal experience with the Galloway Precision Lightweight Striker Spring. I didn't have any malfunctions with it through this gun. I found that it reduced the trigger pull by about a pound, which is pretty good, because that's the main complaint on the Beretta APX-A1. Once you have that solved, you have a really good striker-fired handgun for a really low price. I would pretty heavily recommend it, but again, I would recommend testing it. Now, I only have 105 rounds about through this so far. I would like to test it more over time, and as I do, if I run into any issues, I will make a second video on it. But so far, using high quality ammo, absolutely no issues with that, and I would recommend it. All of that being said, I am 8mm Mauser Man, and I shot actually, I think, pretty decent at the close range, but pretty poorly at the long range. But I lived on. You be the judge. That was way more explosion than I expected. Keep the change, you filthy animal.